You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Tuesday, April 15th. Happy Tax Day. And in our top story, plans for a new Green Valley gas station at the corner of Highway 372 and 160 are unfortunately on pause, with the Regional Planning Committee citing the need for a water board review. Now there's movement on that project, and News 25's Rory Rosell has this latest update.
A proposed commercial development here in Pahrump is now moving forward after gaining the approval from the Water District Governing Board. Initially introduced during the March 12th meeting of the Pahrump Regional Planning Commission, this project was temporarily postponed pending further review by the Water Board. News 25 previously reported on that motion to delay that passed with a 6-0 vote. At the Water District Governing Board meeting held on April 10th, the board approved this project, sending it back to the Planning Committee again with a 6-0 vote.
One thing that I need this body to recognize moving forward with this motion today is that we are only here to support or oppose based upon water issues. So when we get to the point that we're going to make a motion, I need a motion to support based upon a water issue or a motion to oppose based upon a water issue. This is not about whether or not we want another gas station on the corner. This is not about anything other than the water information provided in your backup.
This item, presented for a multi-use commercial center, will be used as a gas station, convenience store, car wash, and a quick service restaurant designed to serve the community along Highway 160 and Highway 372.
We are looking to repurpose this site located on 372 and 160. The existing Bank of America building and the drive-through component would be grazed, with new construction occurring for a proposed Green Valley grocery with drive-through, convenience store, a drive-through, and then relocation of an ATM machine only on the site. The Planning Commission did refer us to this body for review.
Overall, the intent here is that this gas station, C-store development is going to follow all federal and state regulations, just as most gas stations do in town. So,
all right, I'm going to go ahead and poll my fellow board members. Aline Williams, Area 4, Position 1.
Aye.
Okay, Area 4, Position 2. Bruce Holden.
Aye.
Area 4, Position 3. Ernie Jackson.
Aye.
At large, Michael Locke.
Aye.
Tonopah, Mr. Miller.
Aye.
And Ed Goodhart, myself, aye. So motion carries unanimously 6-0.
6-0.
With the Water Board's endorsement, this item is now set to return to the Planning Commission's agenda for further discussion at their upcoming meeting on May 14th, 2025.
And Red Flag Nellis is one of the world's leading airborne military exercises. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us now with news about Red Flag.
Nellis Air Force Base hosts the coordination of Red Flag, a contested combat training exercise involving the air forces of the United States and its allies multiple times each and every year. Now joining us this evening is U.S. Air Force Colonel Benjamin Jensen, 5th Bomb Wing Deputy Commander, detailing the 23rd Bomb Squadron skills during this year's Exercise Red Flag 25-2.
The mission Red Flag started many years ago to give air crew, pilots, and others an opportunity to practice their skills in a more complex environment to help prepare them for combat. Missions that we fly here do help accomplish that purpose, and so now guys and our teams are more ready to go out and to fight the fight.
Red Flag is one in a series of advanced training programs administered by the U.S. Air Force Warfare Center and Nellis Air Force Base.
Our younger crews that are here, most of them, it's the first time they've been a Red Flag. And seeing this in this environment has been awesome. It's a lot more congested. There's more communication on the radios that they're not used to hearing. They typically go out and do other types of mission across the world. So doing this here at Red Flag in a large force environment is a great experience in preparation for the next missions they have.
The premier aerial training exercise is held 3 times a year at Nellis Air Force Base and on the Nevada Test and Training Range.
This iteration of Red Flag, we have some of our allied partners who are here from a variety of nations, as well as the Marines, the Navy, and then of course our Air Force teammates. I found that the teams that are here are very professional. They're willing to learn, they collaborate very, very well. And then when we execute in the air, I've seen the same level of professionalism and collaboration that I experienced on the ground.
Red Flag encompasses over 12,000 square miles of airspace and 2.9 million acres of land.
There's just a great sense of accomplishment. The true benefit and fulfillment for me is to know that we've been able to preserve life to continue to defend our country because of the preparation that's happened here in peacetime.
Red Flag has hosted 30,268 aircraft while providing training for more than 529,722 military personnel, of which 164,724 are aircrew members, flying more than 423,248 sorties and logging over 783,907 hours of flying time. As always, on behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, thank you so much for your selfless service. Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
And stay tuned to News 25. We have much more local news, including details on the passing of a Las Vegas legend. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in unfortunate news, Elaine Wynn, the influential businesswoman and philanthropist often referred to as the Queen of Las Vegas, passes away at the age of 82. Known for co-founding Mirage Resorts and Wynn Resorts alongside her former husband Steve Wynn, Elaine played a pivotal role in transforming the Las Vegas Strip into its global luxury destination that it is today. And beyond the glittering casinos, Elaine Wynn was a passionate advocate for education and the arts. She served as president of the Nevada State Board of Education and sat on the board of the Los Angeles County Museum of Art and the Kennedy Center. Her philanthropic efforts touched lives far beyond Nevada. She also championed education as chair of the UNLV Foundation. May she rest in peace, and News 25 sends our condolences to Elaine Wynn's family and friends. And in lighter news, we're heading over now to Mikey Ruhan, who's got all the action from the world of sports. Take it away, Mikey.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights in action this evening. They're in Calgary taking on the Flames. Las Vegas Aviators had a day game today against the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Las Vegas Raiders star Max Crosby has taken a new role with his alma mater. Crosby will serve as an assistant general manager for the Eastern Michigan University football team, the school announced Monday. He's the first active NFL player to take such a role in college football, according to Front Office Sports. Allegiant Stadium will host an exciting doubleheader on Sunday, June 22nd. Catch defending champion Mexico as they face off against Costa Rica and Saudi Arabia versus Trinidad and Tobago. Las Vegas Aces selected the number 13 pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. 6-foot guard forward Aliyah Nye out of the University of Alabama. And number 35, Harmony Turner, a 5'10 guard from Harvard University. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Impressive, Mikey. And in the Las Vegas Aviators world, they won today's game 6-5 over the Sugar Land Space Cowboys. Turning now to health news, as weight loss medications continue to grow in popularity, so do some of the myths surrounding them. For example, there's the false belief that people will see instant results.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
The medication itself doesn't just work like magic to help you lose a bunch of weight by itself. We still have the bedrock of diet and exercise that we put in place with the tools that we have, like medications and devices and surgeries. So it's very important to know that we don't just look at one modality for everyone. It's also important to know that we don't really try to lose weight too fast. The current guidelines recommend trying to lose the max of 1 to 2 pounds per week.
Dr. Pamenda Kapandugama specializes in obesity medicine at Cleveland Clinic. He says when a person loses weight too quickly, they risk losing muscle too, which can impact their quality of life. And that actually leads us to another common myth, that you don't need to diet and exercise while taking these medications, which is not true. Diet and exercise are both crucial. He points to a study that shows around the 2-year mark, even with weight loss surgery, many people tend to gain weight back if they are not dieting and exercising. And the last myth is weight loss medications are the easy way out.
The first thing I would probably say when somebody says they're taking the easy way out is speak to that person and see, what their cause of the weight gain was, and you might be surprised with what you hear. Second thing is there is no easy way out. If there was an easy way out, we wouldn't be having this conversation about weight because nobody will be gaining weight. So the important thing is to know that there are different causes, and that means there are different modalities to treat it.
Did you catch that sprinkle of rain outside this morning? If not, we have more warnings for you about what may be coming in our weather forecast and more news after the break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, in electrifying news, line workers at Valley Electric Association brave heights, harsh weather, and live wires to keep our power on. But how has their gear kept them safe throughout it all? VEA now dives into the innovative world of line worker equipment.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Line workers serve on the front lines of our nation's energy needs to ensure we have safe, reliable power. Throughout the years, the challenges of the job haven't changed much, but safety gear sure has. Let's take a look at the evolution of line workers' equipment. From 1875 to 1900, electrification began, and line workers are wearing early headgear in felt or leather that looks similar to a newsboy's hat. The digging spoon used then was an extra long-handled shovel or spoon used for digging power pole holes. Workers had handmade belts, bare hands, and used climbing spikes to climb wooden power poles. From 1901 to 1925, safety begins with homemade hot sticks used to work with high voltage. The industry begins standardizing equipment like rubber gloves and leather tool bags. Safety measures are put in place. From 1926 to 1950, safety training improves and linemen wear better hats, use insulated shotgun sticks, and utilize truck-mounted hydraulic equipment. From 1951 to 1975, line workers reached new heights with the availability of bucket trucks and faster communication with two-way radios. Rubber glove protectors add increased safety. From 1971 to 1990, a new law of the land emerges allowing females to become line workers. Invention of hard hats, rubber sleeve improvements, and telescoping or extendo sticks are now used on high voltage lines. From 1990 to present day, we now have insulated hard hats, harnesses to keep our line workers safe from falling, specialized clothing that is now fire and flame resistant, battery-operated crimpers, computer tablets, and so much more. Line worker gear and safety has changed throughout the years to keep our line workers safe. So the next time you see a line worker, thank them for keeping the lights on.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look through our Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam at this beautiful neighborhood shot through Pahrump, and look at the neighbors. Our four-legged friends are galloping through the area, enjoying the weather. And we have a touch of clouds in the sky. More in weather after the break.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rossell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. And taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley seeing 78 degrees, Fallon seeing 79, Carson City at 74, Tonopah is at 71, Goldfield is at 72, Beatty's at 82, Amargosa is at 88, Las Vegas is at 85, and Death Valley is at 98 degrees. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, we are currently seeing 84-degree temperatures. The high today was 86, wind blowing south-southwest at 10 miles per hour. Humidity 11%, and the sun rose this morning at 6:10 and is setting tonight at 7:17 p.m. The humidity raises up to 16%, and the wind continues to blow east-southeast at 7 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 61 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. In the next 7 days, we are getting a little hotter in the next 7 days, but it does go pretty low to in the 60s on Friday. Tomorrow is going to be 82 on Wednesday. Down 10 degrees by Thursday at 72, Friday 68, but back up into the 70s on Saturday at 74, 78 on Sunday, 82 on Monday, and 83 on Tuesday. So it is getting a little bit higher, but that's going to be it. Back to the desk. Here's Unette.
Thanks so much, Rory. Always great to see your sunshiny face and that forecast. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and A's Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.